Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. David here with another cryptocurrency update. Doing a live stream today, hoping everything's going to go well. We've tried to update the systems that we're working on, the microphone, the camera, just the whole setup in general. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As you could see, the markets are coming down today, like in a big way. So the question is why are they coming down, and what can we do to not be one of the weak hand investors that are just breaking out of this market every time we hit a new low? Now, understand there's a difference between somebody not believing in the technology anymore, and there's a big difference between somebody who is just feeling like they have nowhere farther to fall without being completely insolvent. Now, those are the weak hands, the people that just see no bottom or no end in sight, no validity to the technology, people that might have just gotten in. So what is a weak hand? A weak hand is a holder of a futures contract. Now, this is a financial dictionary. I've read a couple of different ones, and this is kind of where we get to. A holder in a futures contract who does not intend to take delivery, so a Bitcoin futures contract, but they never ever really want the Bitcoin of the underlying asset. So while this strategy is fairly common speculative investment, an investor with weak hands connotes a small investor who lacks the capital to actually buy the underlying asset and simply trades in contracts. So obviously right now, weak hands are, the definition of weak hand is actually being transferred. It's being changed from a future holder to somebody who buys in at the top and sells out at the bottom, which is not good. So let's go ahead and jump into the markets today. I'm not sure if the stream's coming in, what exactly is going on, but it says we're live, 1 minute and 58 seconds. I'm not sure. Oh, look, I found the chat. Okay, here we go. Let's see. There is a chat going on. No weak hands here. That's right. The adult in the room. Brian XRP strong. Keep filling the bags. That's right. We have to keep on filling the bags. I'm going to get this whole live streaming process figured out to the point where hopefully I can get the chat to pop up at the same time. But I don't know. I'm trying to... is the stream coming in clear? Is the audio good? That's really the first time we're doing this, so let me know. So let's go ahead and so this is interesting. We'll get here on Yahoo Finance, which a lot of people are hating on CoinMarketCap because of the fact that when you get here to the XRP section, you'll see that the market cap here is 31 billion. But if you go onto CoinMarketCap, you can see that they've got a market cap that is basically equal to Ethereum's, which is one of the reasons, along with the Korean won debacle that happened at the beginning of 2018, along with multiple other things in regards to them listing real true shit coins on their application. So it's one of the things that I was thinking about is as we move forward in this market, you know, a lot of the calculations that we've done were based on every single coin in the market staying exactly where it is. One thing that we haven't done is I've tried not to do any speculation in regards to some of the coins leaving the market. But if you were to go solely off of this list here, and they're only showing you 25 rows, it looks like. So, and they've got 112 results. But if you go on CoinMarketCap, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of coins. The question is when the changeover happens, what exactly is going to be the lifespan or the liquidity behind some of these lower end market cap coins? Some of these coins that have no use case, no validity, no technology. These coins will be vanishing. Not only will they vanish, but if people get out in time, they'll be able to take the little bit of money they have in there, like my $30 in Holochain. I could take that and put it back into XRP if I felt like Holochain was just going to become a dormant coin. That's something that you have to be careful of. I'm glad you guys are kind of running the chat here. I'm not even paying attention to the chat. I'm just going to go. You guys have fun in the chat room. Go crazy. And I found a tweet. I try to go through Twitter and try to pull through some of the new news so that as we're going through things, it's really current and updated items that we're coming across. But the European Bank announces XRP usage across 80 countries, January 8th, 2019. News media website American Banker reported that EuroXim Bank plans to not only deploy XRapid this quarter, but also plans to scale their usage of XRapid to over 80 countries. Here's a quote. We're interested in moving forward and creating a platform for payments for our clients who are in over 80 countries. At the moment, we're making sure they have a smooth, frictionless way of paying local people. So they're focusing in. They're tight right now. But if you don't think that these banks have the ability to just put a stick of dynamite right in the middle and blow the borders right off of these barriers that we have, they do. They've got instantaneous access to just creating a spider web of activity that is going to take some of these coins and some of this utility to the next level. You guys really got to be prepared. Here we go. What's extremely fascinating is that EuroXim Bank was invited to attend Ripple's Swell Conference in October of last year, prior to being a client of Ripple. And just under 4 months, they're already announcing XRapid deployment going live in Q1 2019. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? Don't just put down the ending date of Q1 and say, boom, it's going to happen. Q1's going to be the rock-off point. No, it won't. You know, just like with Swell, just like with every other cryptocurrency conference or any other thing that goes on in this market, you buy the news and you sell the hype. I think that's what it is. Buy the news, or sell the news, buy the hype, whatever it is. You guys get it, though. Don't just be so fixated on Q1 2019 because you don't know. They could have setbacks just like every single thing that was going to release this year is having setbacks. Backed, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade. Everybody's having setbacks right now. Excuse me. Today's sponsor, Arrowhead Water. It would be really cool if at some point we were getting sponsorships from real mainstream companies. I mean, just like that. Uber can throw an ad in here because, yeah, a platform like Uber is a great place for some people to have instantaneous work, get access to fast cash. Some people have tried to also say, just like cryptocurrencies, that Uber is a scam, that the drivers don't make any money. It's true, the drivers don't make a lot of money, but there is money to be made, especially for people that need cash fast. So thank you, Arrowhead. Okay. Hope you guys are all enjoying the live stream. All right, let's go ahead. We'll read the last little paragraph here. There must have been quite a catalyst for EuroXim Bank to move this quick. Most likely massive savings, since that is what XRapid is known for, as well as considering that the fact they operate in over 80 countries, and that's what XRP is known for. It's meant and intended to be a cross-border frictionless payment system. And it is likely to have a huge portfolio of pre-funded accounts. Almost like your personal version of your Nostro account. It's like you have to have a Nostro or a Vostro account sitting there within your trading entity so that if you wanted to make a move instantly, that you had access and you had liquidity right there, right then. EuroXim Bank stated that they hope other banks take the same path. Amen. So do we. We really hope that the banks are going to take the same path that this one bank is taking with over 80 countries in its cycle. Pretty exciting. It's very exciting. There's lots of reasons to be fearful and lots of reasons to be excited. As long as you don't let either one of those emotions be preventative emotions and you don't let them get in your way as you're trying to figure out the next step, or like as if you were walking on lily pads or a rock pond. You need to know exactly the fact that that next rock that you're going to step on isn't just floating in the water with nothing under it. You got to make sure that every step that you take is calculated, articulated, and not speculated. You don't want to be stepping off the edge of a cliff with the rest of the lemmings. No way. Heidi's 411. Funny, my Facebook friends don't know I'm on Twitter, mainly because they think the crypto thing is fake news. So whatever. But I just had a Facebook friend tell me to invest in Bitcoin. She said, message me if you want help. It might be time to introduce Heidi's to Facebook. I agree with you. I think it's time to let your friends know. And I think one of the struggles that I faced is when I would be sharing some of my videos on a platform that is fully surrounded by my friends and family who don't have an investment or an interest, not only in learning about the cryptocurrency space, but participating in an asset class outside of traditional asset classes. If they're invested in stocks or bonds or real estates, nothing really can be done or told or said to them in this place of speculation that's going to make them say, you know what? Yeah. I mean, unless it gets to the point where they reach out to you. I've had a couple of friends do this. My friend Lee reached out to me and he was asking me questions like, what exactly is Ripple? What is Bitcoin? What is XRP? And I'm like, in the process saying, there's so much information, I almost don't even want to tell you. You got to just get your foot in the door. So the fact that you have a friend like me or a friend like Heidi's that's going to be willing to share information with you, follow them, run with them. Don't be afraid of us. Ask us questions. Why we believe this. What led us to this point? And if you're one of those skeptics that's sitting here watching this video, now I want to know what makes you a skeptic. What's the thing that's literally preventing you from taking $50 or $100 or $1,000? If you've got $1 million in the bank, take $100 out and buy some freaking Bitcoin. Like, what are you doing? You're going to lose all your money in the stock market, or some of your money, or for those of you that have ridden through the chops in the stock market over the last month or two, you understand what I'm saying. If you had a substantial amount of money invested in the stock market, you lost upwards of $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in any given 1 week period or 1 day period in the stock market. If you don't think that any of that money is suited or going to be able to be utilized to provide a benefit or an advancement in your portfolio stack, I've always said this to people who are big time investors. If you've got 100% of your investment or 50% in properties and 50% in stocks, you need to take 0.5% of your properties and 0.5% of your stocks and diversify your assets. We cannot bank, first of all, we cannot bank on cryptocurrency being the end all be all. We don't know what exactly is going to happen in this market. We've brought this up. If, heaven forbid, something crazy happens in this world and a big time war, an EMP or some, you could call it far-fetched, whatever you'd like. If something like that happens, your usage of your credit cards, and I watched a special yesterday on communication towers and how important those communication towers are to not only government, but to finance and cell phone and television. It's basically towers all over our country and all over the world that are just beaming signals everywhere. If you don't think that the infrastructure there is vulnerable at all or has the opportunity to go down at all, I mean, we haven't really seen a moment since I've been paying attention where the internet has taken an extended hiatus, let's call it. What would happen if the internet ceased to function for 5 minutes or 10 seconds and it was in the middle of a trading day on the stock exchanges? It's kind of what happens during these crashes in the markets in 2000 and 2008. It's like you have moments where the markets start to do things that they're not used to. Algorithms kick in, systems start to shut down. What happens to you at that moment? So we have to have diversification. I'm going to try and round that back. You have to be diversified. Don't just put all of your eggs into this cryptocurrency basket. I understand. I'm a believer. I totally believe this is going to work. But if I was to be waiting for that day for it not to be working, and even if it was going to only be for a minute, there would be such uncertainty left in the market after that 1 minute or that 5 seconds that we would have to recalculate what our position was and what our exit strategies were. So again, tell all your friends, have conversations with your family. Don't be afraid of this thing correcting or changing. Go out and follow people that are supporting you, that are giving you exciting information, that are showing you news articles, that are showing you the advancement of this technology. And here we go from a tweet from Alex Cobb. Although it is not 100% confirmed, the quote from KMPG document is some pretty quite compelling evidence of MasterCard using Ripple. Now, if Alex posted it and it says that MasterCard is using Ripple, you'd have to imagine that they're going to be partnering with XVIA or XCurrent and that they're not utilizing XRapid. That's okay. All of these guys that are on partnerships with it would be like signing up for an insurance agency, and then just for like insurance for your car, and then sitting down in front of the agent, and then the agent is showing you all your different options, and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna stick with minimal coverage with liability only, California minimums. We can discuss at some other point what you guys have to offer me to save me money or to give me more protection or more insurance or liquidity in this instance. So if they're saying Ripple, understand that there's a possibility for a future use case of XRP. Also consider the fact that one of the biggest competitors for MasterCard is American Express, and they are using Ripple as well. That's always very exciting. You definitely want to be hearing things about mainstream organizations coming into this space, whether or not it's in a small way or a massive way, like the Euro XCM Bank going into 80 countries. Now, we don't know at what level that's going to be. We don't know if they're going to be offering $1 transfers up to $1 million with instantaneous liquidity. We don't know. They could be charging exorbitant fees on behalf of their company. Companies could start to use blockchain and use XRP or Bitcoin or Ethereum to transfer value or liquidity or access, but they could also be passing fees along to their customers. Don't think just because the companies like Western Union or MoneyGram are going to be saving money that they are going to ultimately be passing on the savings to their customers. Some companies actually enjoy profit margins. So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt when you don't have exact numbers or identifying factors to what they're going to be doing, how they're going to be charging you, what type of service they're going to actually be offering. Richard Cornfield, Rich_Cornfield. And like we said, it's everybody's going to be talking about the same thing. It's about being able to dissect the information, understand where it's coming from, how valid it is, what the forward-looking statement aspect of these articles are, and if the company writing the article has a vested interest to get you to believe that what they're telling you is true. And you see, here we go. XRP-based XRP, and this is another one for XCM Bank. So you gotta be careful. Just a matter of time before asset managers abandon proof of work digital assets to too much liability. Digital asset investor, you're the king of this space. Thank you for keeping us all on track. I don't drink coffee, but if I did, I would definitely throw some cinnamon in there on behalf of you. I'm more of a hot chocolate kind of guy myself. So we'll start the hot chocolate movement with cinnamon. I guess cinnamon would be good in your hot chocolate. Why not? Cinnamon's good. I have not done the cinnamon challenge though, where you take the teaspoon of cinnamon and you try to eat it. No, thank you. Grayscale assures investors Ethereum Classic Trust Fund not what? Let's click that and find out. Meanwhile, while that's loading up, let's see. First bank using is everything. 80 countries understand this is exactly what's going to happen. So not a direct risk. That's good. In the wake of the 51% attack on Ethereum Classic, ETC, the managers of an investment vehicle that holds the cryptocurrency has been fielding inquiries from investors looking to understand if the underlying assets in the fund are safe. CoinDesk has learned on Monday, the day after the reorganization of transactions on the Ethereum Classic blockchain came to light, Grayscale Investments, the creator of the Ethereum Classic Investment Trust, ETCG, says it sent emails in response to a few clients asking for clarity on what the attack meant. A copy of an email response to such an inquiry was obtained by CoinDesk. Here we go. Here's the quote. The greatest risk this poses is to the integrity of the Ethereum Classic network, as people may be less inclined to accept ETC given the increased double spend risk. However, the coins within the ETC trust are not at direct risk or theft of double spending. They're just entirely at risk of complete devaluation and no liquidity, especially if it gets attacked again and again and again. Got to be careful with what you're investing in. We say this all the time. Do your own research. Do your own research. I think that's 4 words. You have to. Let's go ahead and jump back into the stream. 19 minutes. Look, guys, I really do appreciate... I'm seeing double now. I don't know what that means. Oh, let's see. Cinnamon in coffee is nasty. Hey, Mac Daddy, how you doing, brother? Let's jump back here. Let's see if we can jump into this chat now a little bit. No weekends here. Need to reach the better numbers in the next year or so, just so I don't lose faith in myself and my research ability. That's right, adult. Keep filling those bags. Stay at home dad. Newbie is okay. Newbie doesn't mean that you're inept or unable to do research. Understand that. You, as a newbie, actually might have a step up or a leg up from somebody who's completely indoctrinated with their way of thinking, with their exact tailor-made way of researching things. Just like CKJ came from the pre-law, side of work. So it's like, as he was doing all of his research, he was trying to be as analytical as possible, going through every website. So you got to be careful. All right, good. Me too. Strong like a steel rod. That's right. Audio and screen is good. Thank you very much, Momo. Bill Harford, thank you very much. Adult here, thank you. Let's see. They destroyed the market in the dot-com bubble, and everybody sold. They did the same thing back in the 1920s when the stock market began. Very, very nice. Hands of cobalt steel. That's right, Bill. You guys are awesome. Am I right? Is XRP going over $100 or $200? That is a good question. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen in this market. We don't know if the price is going to instantaneously go up or down. We don't have a crystal ball, as many of the people you watch says. Funny enough, when the stock market began, Charlie Chaplin, the Three Stooges, and some of Hollywood celebs were still shilling some stocks. That's really funny. What's going on? I'm Mac Daddy. It's good to see you. And yeah, I'd like to see 20 bucks this year too. We roll tight whips every day. Why can't journalists type there correctly? Because it's not a big deal. I'm not too concerned with spelling errors. Uber would be perfect fit for crypto. Yes, it would. And yes, we're going to see. I think we're trying to find a different place to go other than Liechtenstein. So if you guys have any suggestions, comment it down below. Hawaii. I like that. That's a good place. I think it's a nice central place for everybody to land into. Just, what's that, shawty? Veteran owned. Very cool. I told my aunt, who in love dearly, she is focused on fixing her driveway. What's going on, Erica? How you doing? Bank of England, for example, is plugging distributed ledger technology into their RTGS system. When it fully launches by 2024, they also worked with Singapore and Canada's central banks on distributed ledger technology. That's really good. Get a Faraday cage, put your Ledger Nano S in it. I think Nano X is the way to go now, Mac Daddy. Is there going to be a financial reset this year? Reset, if you ask somebody whether or not it was going to be a reset, a correction, a collapse, a recession, a depression, or whatever, everybody's going to have a different word. What do you think it's going to be called? Do you think it's going to be a recession or a depression? Or do you think it's going to be a moonshot for some and just a plateauing at the top for others? That we don't know. I'm seeing doubles. That I still don't understand. Quit drinking the cheap stuff. Hopefully it's not my stream. Is BAX going to be delayed again? Most likely it will be. Definitely delayed. I would have to imagine that it is going to be delayed for a while. I think someone in the comments today said that they're just going to keep delaying it and keep delaying it. I think that's okay. I don't believe that we necessarily need the government to act right this second. I think as we start to see all of these other countries come out with their regulations and their restrictions and their implementations, and hopefully with the lessening of the tight knot that China has around cryptocurrency, imagine that China tomorrow just released cryptocurrency to its people, took all restrictions away, and just gave everybody the opportunity to invest in crypto. It would be freaking over. It would be over. Literally, everything you guys thought you saw happen in the beginning of 2018 would be child's play. We can refuel in Hawaii. That's right. Litecoin Rich, you're killing it then. I'm topped out. No more funds. And you know what, Litecoin Rich? I kind of believe that. I kind of believe that. We did so much stacking in the beginning that it's really hard to keep stacking. I mean, if we're going on earning 100 to 200 bucks a day, I mean, we're going to be buying 300 bucks a day. I mean, what are you going to be doing? You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. You can't just continuously be dropping money into things. You have to have a plan. You're rolling, yeah, huh? 38,000. Bora Bora. That's where CKJ is gonna go, I think, right? We better let all the earth changes happen first before we all move. Bora Bora, that's good. Litecoin Rich, you're killing it. Yeah, we've spoken before, Litecoin Rich, and you are definitely killing it, which is really good. Appreciate you speaking to me. Thanks, man. Let's see. What do we got going on? Is this government shutdown going to delay the bills to be passed? Yeah, I think a lot of people have been saying that the bills themselves, some of them have been put on hold, some have been canceled. So you have to kind of always be looking for new stuff, like why, when, and where. Don't just go off all the old articles. I was lucky, mate. Here's Litecoin again. I was lucky. Got into Litecoin in 2014 and still own 1% of the circulating supply of Litecoin, but swapped the rest for XRP. Litecoin Rich is one of those people that could make some moves. You could tell. I could tell by just the way he comments that he's been in it for a while. There's been so many ups and downs since it all started, especially for him. I mean, when I read Litecoin's responses or comments, I try to take them as he's one of my advisors, you know, because he's been in it for a lot longer than I have. And unless he's just full of it and lying to us, he's got bags, and he's had the ability to hold those bags through some really high points and at this point, some really low points. And so for someone like him to be standing here holding through, and for people like us who have just small bags in and of ourselves, who are working every day for that little bit of money we have, it's really important to hold tight to those bags, especially if you're a believer in this technology and that you think that at some point in the future you're going to be able to inspire or influence somebody in your family or your friends or your Facebook lists or your YouTube subscribers or your Twitter followers. We are inspirers. We are the teachers of this generation of financial investors. We have to talk to the kids. We really do. We have to start teaching the youth exactly what this is. We have to find a way to get this message into the schools, to get this concept in front of the children. You understand that the children are the ones that are clicking the ads. They're the ones that are making all of the money for the YouTubers. Do you guys understand how this YouTube thing works? Yeah, when you click the ad, you make money for the YouTuber, for Digital Asset or Alex Cobb or DM Logic. That's how they earn. That's how we earn. You don't see ads on my channel yet. We haven't been monetized. And that's okay. And only click the ad if it's something that you see as a value to your life. Because the advertisers, the AdSense, and us as people giving you information, we spend a lot of time, just like the advertisers do, trying to get that information in front of you. So we're getting our information in front of you, and so are they. So give them a little bit of that love that you're showing us by spending all this time watching the videos. And if it's that close to you, if you know that it's a targeted ad directly for you, click the ad, show some love, go on their pages. Like if you're getting an advertisement for Fair, which is a new company coming out where they do vehicle leasing for you, click on the ad, do some browsing, go on their app store or their Google Play Store and leave them a review and say, you know what, accept cryptocurrency. They are targeting the cryptocurrency markets. They're specifically putting advertisements on cryptocurrency videos. Do you get that? And you're not clicking it, and you're not telling them that cryptocurrency is the way to go, and you're not showing them that we as a community can move their entire company forward, giving them instantaneous liquidity, giving them access across the markets. We should be taking this message right to them. Every time you see one of those ads, you should be clicking it. You should be interacting with them. Why should you be doing that? Because of how freaking important it is for us to grow this market. If I'm going to advertise for Arrowhead, I want Arrowhead to know that they can use the blockchain to accept payments, track the water from the source, track me using it, track my clicks, track everything. That's what blockchain is for. It's to bring the world together. So bring it together. Go fight for it. Click it. Don't skip it. I could get in trouble for saying this for sure, because YouTube doesn't want people to know that it's all about interconnectivity. It's all about us communicating. That's the reason they're getting free advertising minutes. thousands of minutes or seconds or whatever every day that you don't click on their ad, because they're getting free ad placement without having to pay for the click, without having to pay for the fact that we do find use in their product. So click it. I know I went a little over that, but click it. Don't skip it. Go on to the next video that you're going to watch. Not here, because I'm not monetized yet. Go on to Alex Cobbs. Hello. If you guys all click the ads, understand they're going to have to say something about it in their videos, because they're going to start to see it. They're going to start to see their ad revenue going up. The advertisers are going to start to see the validity in advertising to cryptocurrency YouTubers. That's why I say, if you have a product, or if you're a business, or you're a personal entity, or you run a company and you do blockchain anything, put it in the comment section. Tell our fans and our friends about it. Don't just hide it, you know? The reset is going to be dangerous. Absolutely. I bought 1 million holo. That is crazy. 1 million holo. I have not. Well, I think we're at the end of the chat. I like Taurus token. It's Toto. I'm going to go ahead and check that all out. 30-minute video. First live stream. I hope it all went well. Honestly, I really do thank you guys for joining the video. Please do share this video. When I click out of here, just share it. 35 of you watching right this second. I want all 35 of you to share it. 35 people, 35 shares. We're going to get this thing going viral. I promise you guys. Honestly, I promise you. Just stick with me. Stick with Digital Asset Investors. Stick with Alex Cobb. Stick with DM Logic. Stick with CKJ. Crypto Eddie. Cryptzilla. XRP Rainmaker. Stick with them all. Share it to every one of them. Tag them in all your posts. Tag me in every one of your posts. Honestly, guys, you're the best. And I'll see ya in the next episode.